Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Back to do part 5 of my top 25 horror remakes. Yes, here it is, the top 5. And I will go over the rules again really quick, in case you guys haven't watched the rest of the series. I am not doing horror remake sequels, such as Halloween 2, Rob Zombies, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. I'm also not including the Americanized versions of films such as The Grudge or Ring or Let Me In. So, but this is the top 5. We're finally here, and I've had an incredible time making this list. So, without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 5, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Definitely one of my favorite remakes of all time. I think this is done really well, and I love the cast. But other than that, I don't really know much more that I can say about this film that hasn't already been said, because this has made several of my lists already. But that is number 5, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Coming in at number 4, House of Wax. Now, the other House of Wax with Paris Hilton also was on my list. Um, but I mean, this is House of Wax with Vincent Price. I mean, come on now. How could this not be in your top 4 somewhere? And this is actually a remake. A lot of people consider this the original, but it's not. The original was, I'm drawing a blank again, Mystery of the Wax Museum, I believe. But there was also another remake, Wax Mask, which I have actually never seen, but it's supposed to be pretty good. I'll definitely have to pick that one up. But, I mean, this is just a fantastic film. Anyone who hasn't seen this, I strongly recommend this. Pick it up, watch it, rent it, stream it on something. I don't know, but it's a really good film. I can't recommend this enough. Definitely one of my favorite Vincent Price films. Coming in at number 3, The Fly. David Cronenberg is one of my favorite directors. Body horror is just awesome, and to me, this is like a science fiction horror movie that I forgot actually in my recent tag that I probably should have put in there. But I love this film, and this is actually one. Um, I did a top 25. I was trying to think of what I mentioned this on. But my father and I went to see a lot of movies. I mentioned this on a video I saw recently, or video I did recently. And this was actually one of the few horror movies he took me to see because I really wanted to see this. And he just thought it was completely disgusting. So, but my father really doesn't like horror movies. So, but The Fly, I mean, this is just a fantastic film, and probably would have placed higher, but you know, my top 2 are monsters in my opinion. So, coming in at number 2, The Thing. This is a fantastic film. I mean, everything about it is just brilliant. And, you know, not only do I love slasher films in the snow, but, you know, just about any kind of horror movie in the snow, I just think are, I don't know, it's just awesome to me. This movie was done so well. Um, this was probably the one horror movie that I've seen that my father actually kind of liked. And like I said, he doesn't like horror movies. I think he considered this more science fiction than horror, but this movie is just awesome. Special effects in this, the practical effects, oh my god. Just a fantastic film all the way around. Actually haven't picked up the Scream Factory one yet. Definitely have to do that. But, I mean, this is awesome. I also have this on DVD. I think twice, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic film. Fantastic. Which brings me to number one. Yes, my top film. And I'm so excited about this because I finally get to put this in a list. I finally do. Coming in at number one, Maniac. Wow. This film blew me away. This film, I feel, is a masterpiece. I also feel the original is a masterpiece as well. And I do prefer the original to this one, but this is a fantastic remake. I mean, it just took what the first one did and ran with it. It just ran with it. I love this movie. I cannot say enough good things. When I heard that they were remaking this and casting Elijah Wood, I was like, "What are you, crazy?" I just couldn't see him as Frank. But I don't know. He just blew me away. I was completely wrong about this, and I'll say it, and I'll keep saying it. I was completely wrong about casting Elijah Wood in this, and I think a lot of people kind of felt the same way. I don't think a lot of people saw him as Frank for this movie, but boy, did he do a great job. He's just a terrific actor. But that brings us to the end of another top 25. And I have some here that actually made the list, or were on my list but didn't make the cut. Psycho, which I do like the remake. Don't understand why it got made, why it got remade, because it is a shot for shot just about, except for with the inclusion of, I think, 2 different scenes. I don't know. I don't understand why that one got remade. And this one was tough for me. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Is it a sequel? Is it a reboot? Is it a remake? I don't know. I still, to this day, I think it has all 3 in it. So I didn't feel I could really add it to the list. Village of the Damned. Most people don't like the remake of Village of the Damned, but I do. I pretty much liked everything from John Carpenter that I've seen. When a Stranger Calls. This is not going to be a very popular opinion, but I do like When a Stranger Calls, and I do prefer it to the original. I just think it's a really well done slasher movie, and it has some sentimental meaning because my daughter doesn't like horror movies, but she did go see this in the theaters. I was really sick at the time when this came out, and because she knows I love horror movies, we rented it when it first came out, and she was like, "You got to see this, you got to see this," and I did. I loved it. I just thought it was really cool. Okay, The Wicker Man. Not a good remake, and to me, I know it's easy for me to disconnect from the original, but that one, no, no. It's just not good. And finally, the last on my list, The Wizard of Gore. I actually really like that. I'm a Crispin Glover fan, and I think they did a good job with that. But it just missed my list. So, I've had a ball doing this. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you like what you've seen or heard, hit that like button and subscribe. But until next time, peace.